You happy? You happy?
Yeah.
Is that what you're smirking?
So that's some of your mortgage?
Stop smirking. Sometimes living with mom is a little smothering.
Yeah.
What?
Have a haircut.
I like that haircut.
I know, thank you, sir. That's what I want you in. That's alright, that's good. I want to look like that.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode. Today I'm here with Jared Kay. Jared is a member of our team, the Kay Realty Network. He's a licensed realtor and happens to be the youngest real estate investor that I know personally. He's 20 years old and he just bought his first fourplex in the north end of Hamilton.
That's right.
So why'd you decide to do that, Jared? There's so many fun things you can spend your money on. Why'd you buy a fourplex?
Yeah, I mean, there are fun things to spend your money on, but I don't really like spending money. I'm a pretty cheap guy, so the one thing I wanted to do was keep my costs low. Living with your parents, I had never really paid rent or anything like that, so I couldn't imagine paying for a mortgage myself on one house.
Yeah.
I mean, real estate's always an asset, but when it's just your house, you can't really afford it. It's more of a liability.
Yeah.
So the idea was to buy something with more than one unit, so I could either subsidize or pay off my mortgage. And in this case, I'm gonna pay my mortgage plus a little bit extra.
So I imagine like most of us when we're 20, you get a little bit sick of living with your mom and dad. But I know when I was young and I experienced that, I left and I ended up paying rent. So you get out of mom and dad's house, but you still have the luxury of paying zero on a monthly basis. That's pretty awesome.
I couldn't stand the idea of paying rent. I mean, I'm pretty sure 5 years of paying rent on a duplex, you've pretty much paid like $25,000 in equity for the landlord. So it's just throwing money into nothing. I'd rather save up a bit first and get into something where I'm living for free and building the equity.
Yeah, so you essentially house hacked.
Yeah.
You bought this property, you live in, I know we talked about it earlier, you're going to live in the smallest unit, the bachelor, and then rent out the other 3 units. So what do the numbers look like on that?
Yeah, so I'm living in the smallest unit, which would have brought in something like $800 a month. So that's kind of what I'm paying in rent. The basement is going to bring in about $1,000. Main floor is going to bring in about $1,400. Second floor around 12 or 13. So all in all, we're in at around, what's that, like 35, something like that. And so that's going to be able to pay off the mortgage plus expenses, plus probably put about $300, $400 a month in my pocket.
Yeah. One thing I've always found somewhat interesting about you is, like, I know when I was your age or a little bit younger than you, graduated high school and it was ingrained in me that I was going to go to university afterwards. It seems like you've made the conscious decision not to do that and get into investing.
Yeah.
Instead. How did that ever come about? How did you make that decision?
Just seeing how expensive school was and just researching every opportunity that I could find afterwards. You know, after the MBA, after the master's, even an undergrad, it just didn't seem very rewarding for the amount of time and money that I'd have to spend. So I started looking for ways to invest my money elsewhere, just working really hard and saving up.
Yeah.
And I found out a mortgage has a lower interest rate than a student loan, so let's go that route.
Very nice. I think when you look back in 5-10 years, you'll be pretty happy with your decision.
I hope so. I know a few people who made that decision as well, and it just seems like a common idea nowadays to really focus on where your return on investment is coming from, whether it's school, real estate, whatever you decide to invest in.
Yeah, perfect. Well, Jared, thanks so much for joining us today. For anyone else out there, young or old, especially young, people that are considering going to school, maybe making the decision to go or not to go and invest in real estate instead, how can they get in touch with you and learn more about your story and maybe get some advice from you?
Yeah, so I work here with Mike. I actually work a lot with other investors just through the team. My email is Jared, Jared, @McKayRealtyNetwork.com. I can definitely answer questions or just show you how I decided on what the property would be and what my goals were. The McKay Realty Network, look us up on Facebook or Google as well, and you'll see all the things we have going on.
Perfect. Well, thank you for joining us and thank you for tuning in.